Hello everybody, it's Tim here, the Fish Geek. Today I'm going to be starting my journey with using a new render system on our front wall. It's quite a marathon. It's taken me a long time to educate myself, but hopefully this video is going to give you pretty much a step-by-step guide of how I've used the system and how it might be able to help you in your own situations in your own home as well. So let's cue that video. So hello everybody and welcome to my latest episode from my channel. Those of you who haven't seen some of my videos before, I'm very much into my fish and also lots of tech and some home DIY tips as well. This is quite a big portion of my channel over the next few months, as there's a lot of this DIY going on. So as you can see in the picture at the minute, I will be going into the video, but just to highlight where it stands today. This is my house, and this is a large external wall on the driveway. As you can see, it doesn't look particularly in great state. Since we've moved in, the paint has peeled off continuously, and huge chunks of the render have also been falling off. Actually, the other side of the wall is much much worse than this side. So I'm going to be going through a journey now of putting on a thin coat silicone render system, which is becoming quite popular and should help with some of the issues that I'm seeing here. The issues, I believe, are coming around due to a couple of issues. One being that I don't think the mixture of render that the people previously used was the right mixture. It was a very sandy sort of mix, and also they took the render all the way down to the base of the wall, and it is just sucking up the water, and then as it dips in temperature below freezing, what we will then see is literally the wall will freeze, and then as that happens, the expansion and contraction of the render with the water in will then cause large chunks to fall off. So I believe that's a problem. So first steps is we're going to be getting off all the render. So that was a mammoth mission. I had great help as my dad sitting down there. It took us several days to get it back to any sort of state. Wasn't happy with the build quality, I'll be fair, but I'll go through to that in some of the video now on what I'm doing to shore up the wall a bit better. So yeah, please enjoy. So we've cleaned off all the wall now, finally. It was an absolute mission, had to brush it all down as well, and you'll now see it's a delightful sort of blood red, I describe it as, which is a universal primer, which I believe is like a PVA and sand, probably other stuff as well, which goes on just to help with the bonding for the next stage of the base coat of the render. Goes on really easy, gotta say, and it does feel like it's going to get a really good grip. It's really sort of roughed it up, so I'm very happy with that. Didn't go quite as far as I thought. Said it does about 50-60 square meters. I've probably done about 30 or so, and I feel like I'm sort of over three quarters of the way through the tub, so I reckon I'm only going to get about 40 out of it. But yeah, happy with that. We've got the bricks gone back on here. My god, they were cut badly previously. They're not perfect, I got to say, but that's the way it goes. You see here, so I got more to go on. We replaced a couple of blocks as well here, where they just got a crack in. You can see there still was a crack in the cement here, but that block was completely cut in two. So we replaced that and replaced another one which was in a similar sort of state. But anyway, yeah, happy that we're there. Looking forward to doing the next stage of the rendering. So yeah, all good. Just need the weather to hold out. That's what we need. It's constantly changing at the minute, and we really need a good few days of dryness. I can do it in the evening after work. Would be good, but I reckon that's going to take me probably a good 4 or 5 hours probably to put the base coat on that at a guess. I'm not the quickest at it still, but hey, we are getting there. So happy days. You can see the other walls aren't so bad with the problems that we had at the beginning, but you can see, for those who hadn't seen other videos, this is the problem we had with the wall beforehand, was all this flaking paint, and we've repainted several times. It still comes off, but then say this wall isn't so bad. You can see, look, nice crack. That's blatantly a block which has come loose and causes pillar to come loose as well. They've used galvanized beads rather than stainless steel or plastic, so you've got rusting coming through on all the corners. You can't really get rid of that without taking the beads out and putting new ones on. But the other parts, literally on the main wall, there were huge chunks of plaster falling off. Water was getting behind, and frost then cracked it and blew it off the wall. So on the new wall there is no damp course on these, which is a pain. Don't really have to rebuild the whole wall. So what we'll be doing instead is, the dampness seems to be coming up to about the first course of bricks down there, or blocks, sorry. So that's probably about where the base will be, which will be good anyway, because you can see all the dirt which comes up the bottom of the wall over here. So that will just be painted with like a bitumen paint or something underneath there. Hopefully won't look too odd. It's just the way it'll have to be. So so yeah, just happy we are slowly making progress. So we'll see you next time with some more of an update on how we're getting on. By the way, the rendering system we'll be using is a thin coat silicon render system. This one will be a Weatherby's system, which I've used previously on our pond. You've seen some of the other videos. So yeah, looking forward to get that on. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Please give me any comments below, anything you think I've done wrong, anything I could do better, or just say, hey, good job, because I appreciate that. It takes a lot of effort, and it's good to keep everyone updated as well. Cheers for watching. All right, let's give you an update of how we're doing on the wall. We have, well, I have, not we, put on the first sort of rough base coat. Here you can see bit which is obviously already dry. You can see some of the lines right there from the block work underneath. It's still a little bit wet, but then there'll be a top coat on as well. And here's what I did this morning at about 5 AM. It's probably about hour, half, that sort of time to put that on the wall. Takes about 10 minutes or so to mix up the stuff, and that was about a bag worth of the rend to get that on. So it's a rough coat, because I know you can see some imperfections, but there's not a lot of point mucking around with it, because it's going to have an undercoat over top of it. As long as it's rough, we're good. And so probably then got another sort of half a bag, I'd imagine, probably maybe a little bit more, just to finish off that end piece. And then base coat is done, the other side's already done, and then that top coat to make it look a bit smarter. For those who don't know the system though, you can see in here, like here, just running a little bit low and stuff, so it's the green mesh you see down there. So you cut that to size and you put that in the sort of bottom sort of third layer of the render. So you sort of put some render on, then you will just sort of press slightly into it, and then scoot over the top of it, and you get that sort of finish. That's gonna hold it all together super strong. In areas where you've got any sort of weaknesses, you can then double that up as well. So for example, I've seen on one of these bricks, it is here, with a very slight crack going down there. So tomorrow when I put another coat on, I'll probably put a second layer of mesh over that one piece there, and that should help hold everything together quite nicely on the render side of things. So there we go. Very happy. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. Lots of things on the channel, I know at the minute there's some DIY stuff, but you might find it useful. Thanks for watching. Right, here we go. We are now got the second coat on, and it has also got the first coat of primer on the wall. You can see this one has got a much smoother finish, which is nice. It's not perfect, I know. I'm sure I'll see that in the comments, but it doesn't have to be perfect. The top layer is the one which is going to hide all the sins and make it look pretty fantastic. But this primer has to go on now, has to dry for 24 hours before I can then put the top coat on. And there's forecasting rain for about the next week, so I've just had to get this on quickly now. Today even was a little bit dodgy, although it's sunny right now. Had a couple of blips and blobs every now and again, but not enough to affect the problem or to the wall at all. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I've might need to go around with some brick acid where I've not been very good. You can see that one I've just done today, but yeah, still need some brick acid probably on it as well, just to smooth this up. But yeah, very, very happy. Great that it's now white again, rather than looking red and white stripes as it was earlier on. So yeah, you can see against the old walls as well. Hopefully that black bar along the bottom is going to stop a lot of that dirt which gets up the wall. It's not going to cure it 100%, but it's definitely going to make it better than it was. So yeah, looking forward to that top coat now, guys. So stay tuned, give us a like, give us a follow, appreciate it, and speak to you next time. Here's the result of the top coat. Very happy about it's all gone on, and you can see I've gone up to that pillar there, and there's the difference with the primer undercoat there. As you can see, that's the sort of finish we're talking about, versus obviously what the plaster looked like just with the primer. So yeah, all in all, I'm quite happy with where it's gone on this side, and we'll carry on and do more. Hello everybody, and we are ready for our top coat going onto the wall. So hopefully do some footage of this one. You can see what's going on. So this is the actual material. It's very, very, very fine, sort of almost like grits, quartz sand. 1.5mm is what I'm actually using. Tools you'll need: mix it first of all. Always do it just with the plastering tool. Done that already. Then you want yourself a hawk, and make sure you use stainless steel devices rather than just sort of normal galvanized steel. If there's any rust in it, it will come out and you'll see it in white. So plastic is obviously fine, as what my hawk is, and then you also need one of the lovely smoothing sort of trowels, and I'll show you how it goes afterwards. So without any further ado, I'll show you how it goes on, and I'll talk you through some of the process and see how it goes. So first up, I'm just going to put on a couple of nice big dollops. Stick on the brush, put it on the camera then as well. That's what it looks like, up close and personal. Okay, and then hopefully it's a bit further down here, so we can start here. Okay, and we'll be able to see what's going on. Make sure you've got some good masking, because it's messy. You can see some have already done, and there's mess already covered in it after one session. So get yourself, just like normal plastering, get yourself on there. So pop it down, slide it up. Yeah. And you can get then find turning this sideways on really helps you get the edge on pillars. So a little tip, make sure these are all so now, just like on the DIY. I'm using this just blocking, spread that side, see pretty much everything, and then let it down. So, let's just see how much is it about later. Right, so now you need to scrape it to an inch of your life. Okay, really scrape this back, and you're going to see most of the stuff I put on. But this is why it goes so far, but also all that off in one scrape. To use device. Nice plastic float. Rounded corners is better as well, you see, rather than just square ones. Carry your trowel around with you as well. And what you're just going to do, literally put it on. And you'll feel it as you go, it starts to scratch. And you'll see that on it. Take your trowel, scrape it up. Scrape it up, that's all come off. You'll then just push it out.
Right, time to wrap it up, I think. What do you think? Sorry, I'm extreme closer. I'm sure it's extreme. Okay, so, like I said before, take this trowel, then go in the old trowel, you can scrape off any excess which comes off there, like that, to give you a nice smooth blade all the time. I'll work up this in.
So here we are with the before, and now we'll move on to how it looks now completed. Hope you like it.
Hello everyone, so we are about 6 months on since I've completed the wall. Going to just take you through how it's sort of performed. You can see where I had some problems with the cracked blocks. There's the crack running through the brick still. Obviously the foundations aren't particularly wet on that, but there is no sign of any cracking at all. At the minute it's actually freezing, so the wall is actually frozen right now. But I've had no issues with any bits coming off. You will see as I'm next to the road, there is a lot of spray still coming up, but they're not as dirty. I've been having that stripped down the back there. And what I've also find is that the wall cleans off very easily with just jet wash it down. No concerns with that at all. I'm gonna take you around the other side of the wall as well, but definitely the big decision there was to put in that bottom base there. If we go on this side, there's lots of building work still going on, but get an idea here. There's the finish. As I say, it's all frozen at the minute, but I've had no problems at all with any of the same sort of issues that I had before. So I'm well happy. I think it's given a really nice finish to the wall. Stand back a little bit and you can see a bit better. So very happy. Thoroughly would recommend this as a system. It is easy to do. I was a novice when I did this to begin with. I'd only done the wall on my pond, but now I think it's looking bang on. And on to the house. Thanks for watching, guys. Give us a like and some questions. Cheers.